G'day, just a video on this Octane Fitness XT1 cross trainer elliptical. Just know how to get into the club mode to change some settings, or also maintenance mode with this standard LED console. What you got to do, this level button here on the bottom right, is you got to press and hold the up and down level buttons for 3 seconds. So you press them, hold them down both together, and then it'll come up with this warm up off, which is just the first function in this back end setting. This is the club setting. This is a self-generating machine, so I've got to keep pedaling it to keep it going. If I hit the up level button here, it'll scroll through all these settings, and you can change warm up time, the cross circuits, the strides, stride positioning, the default incline position, also beep on and off, how the screen beeps, ID. If you put it in here, you can just put in the serial number of the machine. Units, this is where you change from metric or kilometers to miles. If you need to change something, once you get to the right setting you want to change, if you just press enter, then this goes to English, which this will be miles, or you press back to metric and that'll be kilometers. Whatever's on the screen is what it'll save it as. So then from here, if I just go to the next one, language, and then exit. Exit, to get out of it, you just press the enter button. But just to recap a bit, if you just scroll through that warm up, you can have that on or off. And then you've got the clock duration, direction this is, which is whether the time counts up or counts down as you're working out. And then you go through all those settings again, as we had ID, metric, English, exit. Hit the exit button, hit the enter button to exit. That'll take you out of club mode. And then what you got to do is wait till it goes back to the start screen. If you want to get into maintenance mode, which is more of a technician or a service provider or technician's settings, this program workout here, if you press and hold the up and down for these while it's in the start mode, and then you got firmware there on the screen, and it gives you the numbers up here, which is the number of the firmware. And then again you can scroll through here to change lower board. You can do some tests in here, display test, key test, so like display test, keypad test, LED test, the brake motor test, strides, inclines test, battery, that'll be your voltage there with the battery. It's got two 12-volt batteries in these machines, and you basically scroll through heart rate test, radio controls, and here you got the machine's hours, kilometers an hour. This is 2.5 up here. I'm not too sure how to read that, but I might follow up with Octane and ask them that. Machine mega revs or revolutions 9.0, and then left stride hours 39.6 hours, right stride hours 37.9, incline hours, and then firmware, the version firmware is 1.13, and then we've got 89 over here in the speed column. So to get out of this as well, if you want to, what you've got to do, these one in the maintenance mode here, it just goes back to the start, which is this firmware wording here on the screen. What you've got to do is press pause twice. You press that twice, it'll take you out of that maintenance mode, or even out of the club mode as well. And then while you just keep striding, it'll go back to the start screen. And then when you're back to start screen, you know you can just hit walk and then enter, and then you know the time will count up. Check your resistance works, so you know you've got it set back to where you need it. Yep, let's change the resistance, and that's it. Thank you.